Queensland Sidecar Masters, and the field in 2004 is very solid. Some of the best riders and passengers in the country as we take a look at the starting lineup for you now. And plenty of experience. Monk riding at number 4, comeback rider having retired from the sport. Aldridge, a former winner, at number 5. Billy and Louise Sewell at number 6, always an interesting husband and wife combo. And there's Crakers, Donovan, Firth and Bond. As I said, plenty of experience. Mick Poole, former solo rider, is helping us out in the pits. Here he is.
Just want to go steady, you know, probably don't show all our cards, and probably put our best foot forward for New South Wales. A lot of like top 16 sidecars on the East Coast basically here tonight, so competition will be fierce. I think we'll keep it smooth, chase a bit of dirt. It's very slick tonight. Probably should go okay of looking for making the final would be good. And yeah, a lot of good bikes. Any one of the 16 could win tonight. But Flemmo's on the back. Does a great job. Bike's flying. And yeah, we've had a pretty good preparation. A couple of meetings at home. Just really had to pick up my game a bit to ride with these fellas here tonight. Mooney and Surley and Scotty Christopher, Steve Taylor, Monkey. A lot of fast men here tonight. So really going to have to lift our game, and I think, you know, right preparation. Keep it steady. It'll be good. Good racing.
Yes, Jim Bob Turner and his passenger Darren Fleming are the reigning and 2-time Australian long track champions, so very accomplished.
Thank you to Mick Poole, former outstanding solo rider, in the pits working with Matt Payne here tonight. Pioneer Park at Ayr in North Queensland, and you're going to see highlights of a tremendous event. These machines, very high on horsepower, the riders very high in skill and courage. In the red helmet, it's Edwards and Cooper, blue Christopher and Coffey, local superstars. Turner and Fleming starting this race in white, Monk and French, yellow extreme outside. If you've not seen sidecar racing on television before, when we refer to colours, we're talking about helmet colours, not bikes or leather colours so much. We're underway in heat number 1. Best to begin from gate number 2. The local stars, Christopher and Copley on the Rising Sun Honda entry. In the white helmet colour now, we can see Turner and Fleming charging towards the front. They move up and consolidate second, Rodney.
Yes, Christopher and Copley fast gaining a reputation as one of the top outfits in the nation. Both just 24 years of age and a wealth of experience already under their belt.
Edwards and Cooper. Edwards also very experienced. He rides in second spot. Look at our race leaders getting crossed up. The horsepower enormous, in excess of 1,000 cc here. In fact, 1,045 cc capacity. No brakes on these bikes. Awesome power to weight ratio. No change in the lead here. Christopher and Coppy right on the centre of your screen, leading Heat 1, North Queensland Sidecar Masters.
Yes, the Rising Sun Honda sponsored motorcycle. Absolutely magnificent presentation. Surprised to see Jim Bob Turner there at the back, the New South Welshman, though it is his first visit to the circuit.
Indeed. In second spot, it's Edwards and Cooper, Monk and Kim French, the lady rider. On the side of that bike back in third, there's the checkered flag. And recapping them, Christopher and Coppy, Edwards and Cooper, Monk and French. Long-time combination in sidecar racing. We'll take another look at the action on the Speedway Racing News replay. When the tapes flew, the combination in gate 2, best to begin.
It certainly was. Coppy and Christopher got away to a very good start. Jim Bob Turner mixed it early. Unfortunately, as the race progressed, he just went backwards and backwards. Finds himself in 4th. He'll be disappointed, but I'm sure he'll have learned a lot. There's a very strong sidecar culture in this area and some very strong home track combinations. Glorious slow-mo pictures watching the body language of the passengers negotiating this circuit. There's the winning combination. Scott Christopher and Trent Coppy, 2 of the real dynamos in sidecar racing based here in North Queensland. Interesting rider is Steve Taylor. He hails from Brisbane, and we caught up with him earlier tonight.
Yeah, we're pretty confident coming into this. We come here 2 weeks ago and we're getting around pretty smooth, but Gary Moon got us in the final. Hard man to beat, but you know, we put our heads down tonight. We've got a good chance of winning this.
Yeah, good. Looks like you got a really good setup with the bus and 2 bikes and all the rest of you. Obviously enjoy your sidecar racing.
Oh, we love it, mate, and there's a lot of money involved in it. You know, guys like Silkaleen, they supply us our oil and all our sprays and our riding gear and tyres to bikes for our tyres, mate. Without them guys, we can't get through, you know.
Now moving to heat number 3, highlights of the Rising Sun Honda North Queensland Sidecar Masters from Pioneer Park Speedway at Ayr in North Queensland. We'll take a look at the starters here for you. In Heat 3, it brings together former national champion Gary Moon, and his passenger. I refer in this case to Simon Sinot. Also lining up in this event will be Robbie Owens and his passenger. Waiting now for it to come up on the screen for you. Glenn Johnson, there it is now. Cole and McGuinness riding in white. Taylor and Oliver in yellow. So red, blue, white and yellow, the four colours from left to right on your screen. Moon, also a Townsville-based rider. Former national title holder, as I said. Taylor and Oliver on the outside. They're an experienced combination. Won the inaugural Sidecar Grand Slam. Look at the boys packing up here. There's plenty of biff and barging going on as they race down the back straight the first time. It is Moon and Sinot, race leaders.
Yeah, Taylor and Oliver up into second. No love lost between these two combinations, I should say. Moon, a very experienced campaigner, a multi-Australian champion. Steve Taylor yet to win an Australian title, but you would think it's not too far away.
Indeed, in fact, that is Taylor and Oliver, the Brisbane combination, running second. Look at Moon, got it all crossed up, was able to gather it up and maintain the race lead. I think if anything, that might have scared Taylor and Oliver. They were coming really quickly and probably got off the throttle for a moment when they saw the race leader getting all crossed up in front of them.
Yeah, very much so. The track looks excellent at this stage of the meeting. The FZR1000 Yamaha is the engine of choice for both these front combinations, and aren't they getting some power to the ground?
So it's Moon and Sinot, race leader. Look at up on the inside, Taylor and Oliver. Gee, they look like they're going to pounce, and then all of a sudden Moon seems to have superior horsepower in a straight line as he heads onto the main straight, where we have seen the checkered flag. Moon and Sinot, Taylor and Oliver, Cole and McGuinness, top three in that event. As qualifying continues, race replay of the start.
Yeah, Taylor and Oliver got a pretty good jump off the outside, but Moon and Sinot off gate one. Very experienced here. In fact, I would go so far as to say they've probably done as many laps as anybody around this track, and it paid dividends there. Very tight first turn.
Cole and McGuinness were certainly prominent early in the white helmet colour, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't go on with the job. It's Marnie as Cole and Josh McGuinness, and gee, they were tightly packed. First 300 or 400 metres of that race, very exciting. Grant Bond has a lot of people on the road with him. Here he is with Matt.
Yeah, well, Gavin and myself are travelling together, and yeah, with all our crews, yeah, we've got 13 people, so that's good. A little bit of support. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good night. It's a little bit hard for us. Our season hasn't started yet, so we might be a little bit rusty, but we'll see how we go.
Looked fairly fast in practice. How was the track in practice?
The track was fairly slippery. I think it is going to be fairly slick tonight, but we'll just have to see how it comes up after they give it a grade.
Moving along, heat number 4 will be next on the program. We're going to see Grant Bond in action and his vastly experienced passenger, Victor Gavenlock. Also, Stuart Firth and Steve Chivers, Steve Krakers, and his passenger lining up in this event too. I refer on this occasion to Keith O'Brien. And also another combination, Jody Donovan and Keith Hedke, to do battle here in heat number 4, Robert.
Yeah, Firth and Shivers are very accomplished around this track. It should be very interesting to see how they go against the New South Welshmen, the former Australian pairs champions, I might add, Grant Bond and Victor Gavenlock. So a pretty handy combination.
Yeah, they are. In the case of Firth and Shivers, they hail from Brisbane. Tend to do a lot of racing around the Queensland region for obvious reasons. Here's Grant Bond and Victor Gavenlock, and there's the field recapping what I've already told you in heat number 4, 4-lap journey. Once again, we see helmet colours in action, red, blue, white, yellow from left to right on your screen. A 4-lap scorcher in heat number 4 of the North Queensland Sidecar Masters, presented by Rising Sun Honda. See Gavenlock slapping his rider on the back there. The tapes fly, the horsepower unfolds. Look at the bumper-rooney through turns 1 and 2. The first time round, we saw Craker and O'Brien getting absolutely shafted there.
Yeah, Craker's got a big shove through turn. Oh, have a look at the inside action. Great riding from Shivers. Firth and Shivers under the New South Wales combination and off into the sunset.
Well, that is what sidecar racing is all about. They bash and they barge. They do it in, I suppose, a legal sense, but I'm not so sure on occasions. But that was fabulous stuff and highlighting the sport at its best. Firth and Shivers, the race leader. Bond and Gavenlock not having a good ride. They're a little bit out of shape, looking decidedly untidy. And third on the circuit, Crakers and O'Brien, ahead of Donovan and Heidke.
Yeah, I think what we saw in the first turn there highlights the transition in these machines. In the olden days, the third wheel on the side was exposed, so you couldn't have ridden into your opposition like they did on the first turn. Now you can just barge them.
Yeah, barging is permissible in this sport. Gee, there's a problem as we see Crakers and O'Brien going out really wide on the circuit. They decided to negotiate that corner via cans, it would seem. Here's the checkered flag for our race winner. Firth and Shivers, then Bond and Gavenlock, Crakers and O'Brien. I don't think Bond and Gavenlock will be too happy with the way the bike's handling. They were having a nightmare right there. Another look at this first corner. It was interesting.
Yeah, Crakers got a pretty good start off gate 3. You can see him with the white helmet colour there. Firth and Shivers, absolutely no mercy. They got a little bit of a touch-up from Bond, and they got a real big shunt there. The Craker boys out to the fence. I'll tell you what, not a bad ride from Jody Donovan. Unfortunately, his bike expired on the last lap. Yeah,
you can see there the yellow machine in the background of Bond and Gavenlock having a really difficult ride, but congratulations to Firth and Shivers. Next, as far as our interviews are concerned, we caught up with Scott Christopher and asked him about his recent time racing in England.
Yeah, it was a great trip. The racing was really good. It's always good to get away and just race Speedway and have a bit of a holiday.
Yeah, last year you made the A final in here up with this meeting. Obviously looking for a better meeting this year.
Yeah, we didn't win it last year, and it's one of the meetings we haven't won, and it's on our local track, so we're always up there, but we just got to crack it. So have a good go tonight.
And how'd you get into sidecar racing?
Yeah, the reason behind it, Trent Copy, my passenger, his father always rode sidecars, and he put one together one day and he wanted someone to ride it, and I had a ride on it and we did quite well, and it just kept going from there. I think it might be a little bit too big to ride the solos, looking at the guys today.
Yes, Scott Christopher, a likeable young man, very talented in the sidecar ranks, no doubt about it. This next heat, I guess, in this meeting tonight, there are probably 10 combinations with a genuine chance of winning. 4 of them are about to take to the track. This will be one of the best heats of the night.
Steve Taylor and Dave Oliver will ride in the red helmet colour. You're looking at them now. Aldridge and Cohen will line up beside that combination. Jason Aldridge and Brody Cohen. Aldridge, of course, a former winner, and they'll ride in the blue helmet colour. Grant Bond and Victor Gavenlock will ride in white, whom we saw in that previous race, and Scott Christopher, whom we've just heard from in that interview, will ride with his passenger Trent Copy in the yellow helmet colour.
Yeah, an interesting sideline to this race. Scott Christopher, Trent Copy and Jason Aldridge, all of whom you can see about to go in this heat, all work together at Rising Sun Honda.
All right, there you go. There'll be no love lost, though, when the tapes play. In just a moment, another 4-lap screamer. This will be a really good race. Good crowd in here tonight. Pioneer Park, Ayr, North Queensland. Beautiful evening. Tapes fly, and away we go over on the inside. Taylor and Oliver got the best start. Here's Christopher and Copy searching up high on the racetrack for racing room and for grip. They are not doing too bad a job. Slingshot up into second ahead of Bond and Gavenlock. Look at this now. Bond gives it to him up on the inside, and copping one also we saw there from Aldridge and Cohen blasting up on the inside. Great race so far.
Yeah, Cohen and Aldridge stuck at the back there. It's a bit of a surprise. Copy and Christopher into second, but it's Taylor and Oliver, the Brisbane combination, out in front. The New South Welshman hanging on to third by not much.
Aldridge and Cohen are going racing here as they look for a move up on the inside. Gee, things are busy for second, third and fourth, aren't they? Taylor and Oliver are gone, and they're very grateful that they're gone, because it's no place for the faint-hearted. Further back in second as we watch them accelerate off turn 4. Lap to go here in qualifying heat number 10. You're looking for the battle for third and fourth. Aldridge and Cohen trying to find a way by on the outside of Grant Bond and Victor Gavenlock. In second, it's Christopher and Copy.
Yeah, Christopher and Copy just consolidating that second place, but gee, Taylor and Oliver there on it as we go across the finish line. Great race.
Recapping them: Taylor, Oliver, Christopher, Copy, Bond and Gavenlock, Aldridge and Cohen, never too far away. The action was furious.
Aldridge and Cohen lifted out of the start. That allowed a good clean run for Taylor and Oliver, but Copy and Christopher just got the better of the fellow North Queenslanders, and the New South Welshman did. That's probably the hardest point Grant Bond has ever earned.
It was very tough. Track slickening off a bit, getting nice and hard. Here's a replay of more of the barging going on, and look at, we saw there Aldridge and Cohen giving Grant Bond and Victor Gavenlock a very hard time.
Yeah, an interesting sideline also is that Poppy and Christopher have lent their second engine to Aldridge and Cohen, so they're actually riding technology that's equal to their opposition.
All right, next event on the program will be Heat 11. You're watching highlights of the North Queensland Sidecar Masters. A reminder, the Australian Kart Grand Prix highlights coming up in the second segment of today's program. Also, a feature interview with the legendary Sammy Swindell in sprint cars. We'll catch up with Rod Bowen exclusively about his new sprint car team, and then return to North Queensland later tonight for the finale in the North Queensland Sidecar Masters. Reminder, the prestigious Sidecar Grand Slam coming up at Royal Adelaide Showground at Wayville on Tuesday night, December 28th. What a night that promises to be, featuring all of the best outfit riders in the country, supported by V8 Super Sedans and an all-star cast. Laycock and Laycock, Cole and McGuinness, Turner and Fleming, Firth and Shivers. That's the field in heat number 11. So another husband and wife combo here with Ricky and Kim Laycock starting this race on the inside with the red helmet colour.
Yeah, Ricky and Kim Laycock, the Brisbane-based combination, coming off gate one. A tremendous start for them. Got out to Jim Bob Turner and Darren Fleming, heavily involved in the first turn action. Don't have any home track advantage, that's for sure, and they're learning very quickly.
Crowd at Pioneer Park enjoying this. Laycock is the race leader, storming up into second. Firth and Chivers. Gee, he's having a really good night, isn't he? Stuart Firth, very consistent, now starts to apply the pressure to his fellow banana bender, and has done an outstanding job to get up in close proximity. It's still Laycock, the race leader, feeling plenty of pressure from Stuart Firth. Look at Stuart having a go up on the inside. The door was left open. Firth said, I'm on my way through, and has secured the race lead. Now finds himself under heavy pressure from Jim Bob Turner, the New South Welshman that's taken the lead. Fabulous sidecar racing. They're three wide, and they're banging wheels, exchanging paint. Beautiful stuff here. Onto the main straightaway, they charge again. It's still Jim Bob Turner and Fleming, a narrow race leader. Up on the inside now comes, in a yellow helmet colour, Stuart Firth and Steve Shivers. What a race, Rodney.
Stuart Firth, I can't say it is a surprise. The guy is very, very talented, but geez, put together a couple of good rides here. Jim Bob Turner on his back wheel. Firth takes the win. Great ride. Yeah, checkered flag. That's the best race of the night. Firth and Shivers, Turner, Fleming, Laycock and Laycock. Like to thank Titan Garages and Carports, Bowen Prestige Smash Repairs, Beverlite Glass, and Gary Rush's Pick and Payless Auto Parts, supporters of checkered flag right here. Look at the replay action. We had some real biff and barge. It was Laycock and Laycock who got the start, but they literally got swamped by three of the finest combinations you're ever likely to see. Great racing.
Another look. It was Helter Skelter. We had three different combinations taking turns leading this race. They were using all of the racetrack and then some more. On this occasion, it's Firth under siege. And another look as Firth comes back up on the inside to pass Laycock and Laycock. That was all the opportunity that Turner and Fleming needed in the white helmet colour.
And the form rider so far has to be Stewie Firth. After the break, we'll for the conclusion of the North Queensland Sidecar Masters.
Okay, nice to have you with us this week. Pioneer Park Speedway at Ayr in North Queensland. A big thanks to Titan Garages and Carports, Pick and Payless Self-Serve Auto Parts, Rod Bowen Prestige Smash Repairs, and Beverlite Glass, Dennis and Leslie Loudon, for their support of this program on a weekly basis. Rising Sun Honda here in North Queensland, the sponsor of the event that you're about to see unfold. With a busy show, we started here in Townsville, then highlights of the Kart Grand Prix, the feature interview with Sammy Swindell, talking about World of Outlaws. You'll see that here on Checkered Flag next Tuesday night, December 28, on Fox Sport 1 at 8:30 p.m, night one of the 2004 World of Outlaws. There's the field now in Heat 14. Christopher, Donovan, Laycock and Owens. Their passengers Copy, Heidke, Laycock and Johnson respectively, as we get set for another 4 laps of fury here from Pioneer Park. The team to watch on the inside, Christopher and Copy. When the tapes flew, they were rolling forward. Beautifully anticipated start, and they take the race leader.
They do. Christopher and Copy out in front. I'll tell you what, they haven't been as dominant as I guess a lot of people thought they might have been tonight. They've been getting past and going backwards through the field, which is a big surprise for them.
Here's Donovan and Heidke up in second place now. Further back in third is Owens and Johnson, under siege from Laycock and Laycock. I refer to Ricky and Kim. They consolidate third on the circuit. These bikes blast back up the main straight here at Pioneer Park in North Queensland. Venue hosting a very good crowd tonight in superb weather conditions, as you'd expect here in North Queensland. Great battle for second, third and fourth on the circuit. Best of the battle at the moment is Laycock on the right-hand side of screen. Plenty of bumperoony happening between those riders involved in the battle for second and third. Last lap now in heat number 14. Christopher and Coppy are a mile in front. Here's our race leaders now, right off turn 4, final time.
Yeah, real confidence builder for Christopher and Coppy. I know Scott's dad, Peter Christopher, a former solo rider. He does most of the work on this bike, including the engine preparation. Christopher and Coppy take the win. Laycock and Laycock from Owens and Johnson. Yeah, Peter Christopher, very hands-on in the pits, always changing the setup, working with the young fellas. And I have little doubt that he would have made some major alterations to that machine between heats.
Another look, Christopher and Coppy, the way they did it. Ideal starting position on the inside when the tapes flew. They were probably a bike length and a half in front as they got to the first corner. As always, no shortage of action on the first corner with these riders and their passengers sorting themselves out.
Yeah, the interesting thing about, as I just touched on earlier, the FZR1000 Yamaha motor is the engine of choice for these machines, predominantly being used now. Now the R1, which is the newer technology, is not working in sidecar racing, so they're actually going back, winding the clock back. In fact, Scott Christopher's motor is a 1995 engine by choice.
Interesting, isn't it? Shot of a couple of the grandstands at Pioneer Park, the North Queensland Sidecar Masters.
What a great place, Dave. 80 kilometres south of Townsville. Townsville, obviously the bigger town. Ayr is quite a small place, just a few thousand people, but the townsfolk really love their speedway. They've had a lot of international riders coming right here over the years. They're very fond of the sport, and I was talking to a couple of the people, and there's a lot of travelling support from Townsville, big crowds, and the promoters, Paul Cohen and Bernie Coppy, very happy with their investment. Indeed.
We return to sprint car racing on next Tuesday night's program, night one of the 2004 inaugural World of Outlaws Down Under. Here's the field in heat 15. Newman and Newman, Turner and Fleming, Moon and Sinott, Aldridge and Cohen. The latter starting in the yellow helmet colours on the extreme outside or right-hand side of your picture. Moon and Sinott. Gary Moon, former national champion, Townsville resident, has a look at his fellow Queenslander on the outside. Gee, that was a good start by Newman and Newman in the red helmet colours. They have taken the race lead. How long will they enjoy that territory? Not long at all. They've gone via the infield, and subsequently we see Moon inheriting the race lead. That's a nice shot of Gary in full flight up the main straight.
Yeah, great stuff from Moon. Cohen and Aldridge up in the second. They got a pretty good start off the outside. Couldn't quite get across. Moon, the experienced campaigner. Aldridge has had 5 years out of the sport, making his comeback just recently and doing very well.
A couple of holes starting to appear in the racetrack. Look at the pressure now. Aldridge all over the back of Gary Moon. Gary would know he's there. He's hugging the low line, riding defensively. So Aldridge is going to have to either barge his way through, should Moon make a mistake, or challenge himself on the extreme outside. Also doing a good job in this race is Turner, not that far away in the blue helmet colour.
Turner and Fleming just coming up onto the back of Aldridge and Cohen. Cohen, the 18-year-old on the side. Got a serve there, the apprentice carpenter.
Thanks very much for that. Gets the head down and return serve this time. Up on the inside, so they attempt to take second place back again. Checkered flag on display. Moon and Sinott. Aldridge and Cohen, Turner and Fleming, you've got to laugh. Such is the antics of these sidecar superstars.
You've got to laugh at Gary Moon. Gary Moon's job is a soil tester, which, if you can believe that for a speedway rider. Amazing stuff. Yeah, Moon didn't dominate the start, but unfortunately for Newman and Newman, found themselves getting hooked up just about now, overcooking it straight on the infield, but they were against three of the nation's finest combinations.
Look at this side-by-side stuff through turns 1 and 2 on the back section, and plenty of action to replay. Here's the checkered flag with Moon and Sinott getting the job done. Earlier tonight, Mick Poole caught up with Bill Sewell and asked him about sidecar technology.
We're running a wider front wheel and just a different looking nose cone. We thought we'd change the whole setup that everyone's got these years. So this is a YZF 1000. We just finished it off. It's a brand new motor. We got 2-speed gearbox in it and Carrillo rods and high compression pistons for the methanol and stainless steel valves. It's a programmable MC4 MSD ignition, so all your ignition curves and everything are all programmed by a laptop. You can change them in between races with a laptop computer. It's got a launch retard on it for traction control off the line, and Standard one's probably around 130 horsepower. This one's apparently got 195, but we still got yet to put it on the dyno. We run out of time, so yeah.
Okay, Bill, we noticed that you've got a different sort of setup with your sidecar wheel. You can tow it in and out, up and down. What sort of difference does that make to the bike?
Well, like tonight when the track gets really slick, we should be able to let the chair wheel come through a little bit further and straighten the bike up, which puts more tyre on the ground, which gives us more traction. So yeah, it's just a new thing. I've been in a year designing this thing, so it's working really well. We've had 2 meetings on it and got a second in one final and a first in the other, but we're still yet to do a lot of setup with that. But tonight's the night we're going to keep changing that sort of setup, and yeah, hopefully she'll be good on the slick.
Billy Sewell there talking with Mick Poole, and we appreciate the fact that Mick Poole is assisting us in the pits tonight, the former 500cc solo star, a very welcome addition to the checkered flag team. Just 3 races remaining now on the program, another 2 qualifying heats before you see the final. Heat 19 is next. Jim Bob Turner and his passenger Darren Fleming return for action here. They'll ride in the red helmet colour. Steve Taylor and Dave Oliver in blue from gate 2. Donovan and Heidke will ride in the white helmet colours from gate number 3. And Chris Hughes and Josh Sinott will ride in yellow from gate number 4, right-hand side of the screen. We'll confirm that right now for you with the full screen graphic. And thanks to Titan, Beverlite Glass, Pick and Payless and Rod Bowen Prestige Smash Repairs for their ongoing support of checkered flag.
Yeah, this should be a really good battle out of the start with the 2 gun combinations in the red and blue helmet positions. Taylor and Oliver have been excellent tonight in the blue helmet colour.
Not far away from the start, Turner and Fleming over on the inside red helmet colour. Best to begin, Taylor and Oliver riding in the blue helmet colours, but Turner, he's not copying any nonsense tonight, barges his way back to the front. Here's Taylor and Oliver having a look up the inside. Look at this exciting stuff. There's riders all over the shop. Hughes and Sinott, storming run. They move up into 3rd in the yellow helmet colours.
Yeah, Taylor and Oliver got a very good start. I'll tell you what, Jim Bob Turner rode a good first turn there. However, he finds himself just trailing Taylor and Oliver, who are very experienced around this track, despite the fact they live 10 hours south of the venue.
Taylor and Oliver on screen, one of the many fine combinations taking part in the Sidecar Grand Slam at Royal Adelaide Showground coming up on December 28. And you'll see highlights of that meeting right here on Checkered Flag in future episodes. Taylor and Oliver in front. Look at this for a battle. Turner and Fleming on the outside in the red helmet colour, now switching back to the inside.
Yeah, Taylor and Oliver, one of the more aggressive combinations in the country. Great riding, Jim Bob Turner, having none of it. The New South Welshman straight. Oh, here we go.
Hughes and Sinott, the yellow, have charged up on the inside. The crowd going crazy here at Pioneer Park. What about that for a race? Checkered flag, beautiful stuff. Hughes and Sinott. Listen to the crowd going off. Turner and Fleming, Taylor and Oliver.
Taylor got tailored.
You could say that.
Awesome stuff. Steve Taylor there, beautifully presented outfit off gate 2. Jim Bob Turner, very quick to let him know he was inside him, give him a bit of a shunt there, which is sort of par for the course in this first turn. It's very, very quick, short run of the turn. Jim Bob got the run down the back straight, but gee, didn't it shape up. One of the best races of the night, without a doubt.
Another nice shot. Taylor and Oliver off turn 4. Look at the rider having a look up the inside. Here comes Turner and Fleming, but that was only the start of the dramas, really. They were ducking and diving, slipping and sliding. Fabulous racing. Heat number 20. This is the final heat now. Aldridge and Cohen will ride in red from the inside gate. Firth and Shivers in blue from 2. Owens and Johnson in white from 3. You're looking at them in the centre of your screen. And Wayne Monk and Kim French return for action on that orange bike in the yellow helmet colour outside starting gate.
Yeah, the progressive points would suggest that Aldridge and Cohen off gate 1 really need to win this one or come second at worst if they're to make the A final.
All right, we're just seconds away from the start. Kim French gets off the bike. Recapping the starting lineup for you in heat number 20. Aldridge, Cohen. Aldridge, a former winner of this race. Cohen, son of co-promoter Paul Cohen. And well done to the Townsville crew, or the air crew, for getting this Pioneer Park venue in such excellent shape tonight. Good crowd in. Tape fly in the last qualifying heat over on the inside. Aldridge and Cohen best to begin in the red helmet colour. Also quickly away, Firth and Shivers. They tuck into second on the circuit ahead of Owens and Johnson in the white helmet colour.
Yeah, Firth and Shivers have probably been the form outfit all night. If Aldridge and Cohen can put one over him here, it'll give him a massive boost of confidence.
Gee, Firth's been good tonight, hasn't he? In the blue helmet colour. He and his passenger, Steve Chivers, jet black in colour, that bike. And they've been very strong, winning a couple of heats too.
Oh, big mistake there from Aldridge as he went into the turn. Just understeered a little bit, but Firth and Chivers unable to make hay there.
The Rising Sun Honda entry out in front. Also sponsors of this event on checkered flag. And in front, Aldridge and Cohen being left alone as they work their way through turns 3 and 4 back onto the main straight. That shot graphically shows the gap, about 10 metres between first and second. Second being occupied by Firth and Chivers. Good battle for third now as we see Owens and Johnson still securing that spot.
Yes, the 18-year-old apprentice carpenter, Brodie Cohen, hanging on the side of Aldridge there, takes a tremendous heat win, and I think that may have qualified them through to the big one.
Well, that's outstanding. Aldridge and Cohen the victors, Firth and Chivers, Owen and Johnson. Yeah, the apprentice carpenter there, driving the nail into the opposition, and you can see the adulation. They have qualified through to tonight's final, and will join Firth and Chivers, Gary Moon and Sinot, as well as Christopher and Coppy. What a final as we look at the replay of the action in Heat 20.
I'll tell you what, Aldridge left no stone unturned out of that start, but things started to go sideways. He would not back it off, and Brodie Cohen, very brave little man, just hung on, and through they got, because they just knew that Firth and Chivers are so quick around here.
Reminder on next week's program, World of Outlaws, Night 1, 2004, from Sydney's Parramatta Raceway. Final next on the program, the big bucks up for grabs. Hope you've enjoyed this variety pack program with the sidecars, the karting, sprint car feature interviews with the likes of Sammy Swindell. Again, a thank you to Checkered Flag's major sponsors, Titan Garages, Beverlite Glass, Pick and Payless, and Bowen Prestige Smash Repairs. The field here, Rod, is Firth and Chivers in red, Moon and Sinot in blue, Christopher and Coppy in white, Aldridge and Cohen in yellow.
Yes, an outstanding lineup. These bikes utilising a 19-inch back wheel, a normal speedway tyre, an 18-inch front and an 18-inch side wheel. You see Sinot there cleaning out a rut to try and get some drive out of the start. The track is slickened off, as you can see, very shiny, a lot of rubber down. Firth and Chivers from 1, Moon and Sinot out of 2, Christopher and Coppy from 3, Aldridge and Cohen out of 4. I'll tell you what, Christopher and Coppy were probably the favourites at the start of the night, but a couple of these other combinations have really put their hand up, in particular Firth and Chivers.
All right, who will be the North Queensland Sidecar Masters champion? Tape fly. Oh, they come together there after about 30 metres of racing. Firth and Chivers, best to begin those sailing around the outside of the yellow helmet colour. Aldridge and Cohen, and the crowd are going off. Look at them packing up now. The battle for the minor placings is intense.
Yeah, panic stations now for Coppy and Christopher back in third. Chivers doing a great job in second. Moon at the back.
Yeah, and you wouldn't read about that. Two of the gun combos back in third and fourth. Aldridge and Cohen are going to be very hard to stop here, leading by about 30 metres onto the main straight, half race distance. Second on the circuit is Firth and Chivers.
My understanding is that this Aldridge riding this lead bike is very big on ability, very low in profile, hasn't ridden for a lot of years, but a lot of people saying one of the best pilots in the country.
$10,000 total prize purse up for grabs. This 4-lap screamer across the start-finish line. 1 lap to go for our race leaders, Aldridge and Cohen, en route to take victory in the North Queensland Sidecar Masters. This will prove to be a popular victory too. Look at the passenger. Cohen is absolutely delighted. Off turn number 4, they have taken victory. Firth and Chivers home in second. And an entertaining night of racing. They are going to go berserk. Aldridge, Cohen, Firth, Chivers, Christopher and Coppy.
Yes, those three combinations sharing in a very substantial prize pool. And what a great night of celebration it will be here at the Air Speedway.
All lifting the front wheels when the tapes flew. And coming up track there, Firth and Chivers. But on the outside, Aldridge and Cohen had the best of starts. Got away beautifully and had an untroubled run to the checkered flag. And plenty of adulation, jubilation. Crowd have gone berserk here.
Yeah, Pioneer Park never ceases to serve up some of the best racing in the country, and you can see the jubilation. Look at Aldridge. It's his second win in this meeting, probably one of the few people ever to take multiple victories.
Let's hear from our winning team.
Jason Aldridge, an awesome effort for you tonight, considering that you dropped your first ride.
Yeah, it was actually. I was a bit disappointed after the first ride. I didn't think I'd get this far, but come together in the end, and it come together good.
And Brady, it was sort of a case of youthful exuberance over experience there in the end.
Oh, it was just best buzz of my life. We come out and we dropped 2 rides, got 2 DNFs. Thought, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, we'll be happy with 6th place. Yeah, no worries. Boom, out of gate 4. What else can you say?
The Masters has been around for 13 years. A few of us instigated it 13 years ago to build something for us up here, and it's just become synonymous in the sport. As I said, the big guns travel from around the country to do battle, and yeah, it's prestigious, mate. To win the Masters is no easy feat. As you can see tonight, at the beginning of the program, I thought there was probably 10 bikes that could have won it, and that's a mouthful, mate, when you can't narrow it down from 10. We've got a pretty serious program unfolding.
Yes, Paul Cohen, obviously a very proud father and a happy promoter. Tappy, great.